guys, it's Star the Flippin' Hippo. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel at Flippin' Hippos. I'm sure everyone has heard the breaking news today. It is all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Everybody's talking about it in every Facebook group, and other YouTubers have already covered the topic. It is a hot topic. eBay is cracking down on dropshippers, y'all. As of today, no more dropshipping is allowed on eBay with one special exception, which I will get into later. It has been confirmed that dropshippers are losing their top-rated status. They are receiving messages from eBay as to why this is happening, and it is because eBay has determined them to be a dropshipper, and therefore they are losing the top-rated seller status and the final value fee discounts and other benefits that come along with that title. Additionally, there have been rumors that some people are getting their eBay accounts shut down and suspended. This hasn't been confirmed yet. I cannot back that up with facts. I have heard rumors that people have been getting suspended and their accounts shut down, but that cannot be confirmed. The TRS being taken away has absolutely been confirmed. I can surmise if you get your TRS taken away from you for dropshipping and then you continue to do it, eBay probably will shut you down and suspend you or suspend you because they're not playing. And when eBay tells you to stop something, you stop. You don't keep doing it and risk your account. What is dropshipping? I know that there's a lot of people that watch my channel that are kind of new to reselling, and they're sitting there listening to me. What is dropshipping? Dropshipping is basically you list an item that you don't actually have. You list an item, you make a listing for it, you create it just like you would any other listing, but you do not physically have the item. Then when your buyer purchases this item from you, you go online somewhere else, Amazon, Posh, Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, whatever. You go somewhere else online and you buy the item and you have it shipped to your buyer from that online site that you bought it from. It's also called online arbitrage. The special exception I mentioned earlier, if you actually have a contract with a wholesale supplier or a third party, that is allowed. And that's a whole different class of dropshipping. If you are working with a wholesale supplier and you have a contract with them, eBay's fine with that because that's a whole different story. When you're creating a listing for an item that you don't physically have, you're running the risk, number one, when your buyer buys it, that you're not going to be able to find it. That happens all the time. I've heard stories from dropshippers. They sell their item and they go to buy it from someone else to have it shipped to their buyer, and everyone's sold out. And so now you have to cancel the order on eBay. The other thing you're risking, you're never going to physically see that item. So however you listed it, whatever condition you said it's in, you're going out on a hope and a prayer that whoever you buy it from sends it to them in that condition. So if it arrives in any other condition, you're looking at an item that is described open against you. And eBay is looking at being badmouthed as a platform with bad sellers who send bad items, because you cannot, I don't care if you have done business with someone for years and they have always sent the exact thing. You can't guarantee that that's always going to happen. Unless you physically have an item in your hand that you sourced, that you can take pictures of, that you can ship to your buyer, you cannot 100% guarantee how it's going to arrive to them or what it's going to look like or what condition it's going to be in, or even that you can get it. People might be sold out, like I said. But I digress. The way I feel about dropshipping has no bearing on anything. I could sit here all day and tell you the pros and cons of it and my own personal opinions, and at the end of the day, that doesn't matter because guess what? eBay has said no more dropshipping with the exception of wholesale suppliers that you have contracts with. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how anybody feels about it. You can't do it. You can disagree with eBay. If you're a dropshipper, you can be upset with eBay. You can be mad. You could have just lost like 50% or more of your revenue. But you know what? They said you can't do it, so you can't do it. And if you want to keep doing it, like I said before, you're going to risk losing your account. There are people that list things that are knockoffs. There are people that list things they shouldn't. There are people that use the words on the viewer list. And you can go on eBay any day and find listings of things that shouldn't be there. That doesn't mean it's right, and that doesn't mean they're not going to get caught. So if you want to keep drop shipping, that's up to you, but that's a risk that you're taking on having not only losing your top rated seller status, which I think a lot of people don't care about anymore, but you're risking losing your account. And that's a risk I wouldn't be willing to take. But I guess if you're a drop shipper and 100% of your business relies on drop shipping, you might be willing to take the risk. I wouldn't personally, and I can't tell you what to do. But if I'm selling on somebody else's platform and there's rules, I like to follow them. So I do have a link I'm going to put down below in the description box, and I'm going to go ahead and screen share with you right now and look at it. It is an article from eBay. Alright guys, you can see I am here on an eBay customer service page on drop shipping. It is also known as product sourcing, a way of selling items on eBay without ever handling the items yourself. And they say right here, drop shipping where you fulfill orders directly from a wholesale supplier is allowed. However, listing an item on eBay and then purchasing the item from another retailer, or marketplace that ships directly to your customer is not permitted. Here it says, make sure you follow these guidelines. If you don't, you may be subject to a range of actions. We may limit, restrict, or suspend you from buying, selling, or using the site features. Your listings may be removed, displayed lower, or not shown in search results, and they will not refund any applicable fees. You may also forfeit special account status and discounts. Like I said, I will link this down below. You guys can look at it at your own leisure, but this is coming from eBay itself. They are no longer allowing it, and there will be consequences if you continue to drop ship on their platform. One more thing before I let you guys go. I just wanted to touch upon this because it is important. Today, Keith and I have spoken with a few sellers and seen others posting in Facebook groups that got the message from eBay that they were found to be a drop shipper and they lost their top rated seller status, but they're not drop shippers. The reason this is happening is because eBay is detecting those who they feel or believe are drop shippers by the zip code they're shipping from. So everyone has a registered address on eBay for their business. If that zip code is different than a zip code you're shipping from, eBay is immediately accusing you of being a drop shipper. That's how they're detecting you. That's how they're finding them. And then they send the message and you face the consequences of being a drop shipper. But if you're not a drop shipper, you shouldn't have to face the consequences. The reason for having a different zip code in your registered address with eBay and where you're shipping from can happen under two circumstances. The first being if you do FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. If you have items in Amazon's warehouse and you participate in the FBA, you can give them permission to fulfill and ship out orders on other platforms. You can have Amazon fill your eBay orders for you. So you can have your items cross-posted from eBay and Amazon, and then Amazon fulfills your eBay orders and ships them out for you. It's a really good system to be a part of. Like, you mail everything in and you're done worrying about it, and no matter where they buy it from, Amazon takes care of the shipping for you. Unfortunately, right now, with eBay trying to crack down on all these drop shippers, if they see, let's say your FBA stuff goes to an address in Kentucky. If they see all your stuff is shipping out from Kentucky, but you live in Montana, they're going to figure out that you're a drop shipper and send you that message, and you're going to lose your top rated seller status, and you're going to be in for a fight. The other way this can happen is if when you registered your business address on eBay, if you put your home address or you put the address of your warehouse, and then you end up shipping from closer to home or closer to the warehouse, vice versa, either way, you're going to have a different zip code. So, for example, because I know I'm convoluting this, probably making it more difficult than it needs to be, but if when you first started selling on eBay, you were small and you registered your address with that zip code, so let's say Pittsburgh, 15215, and eventually you grow so large that you get a warehouse and you get an office and you work up in Butler, 16045, that's their zip code. So every day you drive to your warehouse or your storage unit or your office, whatever your situation is, and you get all your orders together and you just go to the post office closest to there, or the mailman comes to you and picks it up, it's shipping from that 16045 zip code, even though you registered back at home under 15215. This can flag it. This can be a flag. This can flag you to eBay as being a drop shipper. So just be really careful with that. If you know that you're going to consistently be shipping from a post office closer to a zip code that's not your registered address on eBay, go ahead, go in and change your address on eBay. Fix that. Put in your warehouse address with that zip code. Or maybe you need to ship your items from a post office in the zip code that's registered on eBay. That's the only way to fix it. Either ship from a different post office or change your address. Get the zip code matching from your eBay address to where you're shipping from, and you can avoid the whole situation. As far as the fulfillment by Amazon folks who are getting hit with this, I really don't have any solution for that. You're going to have to get on the horn with eBay, and you're going to have to prove that that FBA account is yours and that you have it set up that Amazon's fulfilling your eBay orders for you. And that's unfortunate because that's a phone call you have to make and time you have to waste on the phone with eBay arguing and proving something. And again, if you do get hit for having a different zip code on your eBay than where you're shipping from, that's going to be another phone call. We've heard a lot of horror stories today. Be ready to spend your entire day wasting your time on the phone with eBay, arguing and fighting that you're not a drop shipper. And if you are a drop shipper, I don't know what to tell you. Stop, because there's really no fix for you. There's a fix for people who may be mistakenly taken as one if they're not. But if you are doing it, stop or take the risk, and that's your account, not mine. I wouldn't risk it. That's up to you. Let me know what your thoughts on this are down in the comments, you guys. I know this is a really heated subject, so please keep it respectful. I do hold all my comments for approval, so if you want to be a turd or an asshole, you're not getting through. Be nice to each other. If you disagree with a comment that you see and you want to enter into a debate or a discussion with someone, that is fine, but just keep it respectful. You guys, we're all adults. I'll let any comments through with any kind of opinions that you guys have, whether I agree with it or not. But nothing rude or mean. Just be adults. Be adults about it. But let me know what you think. And smash the like button before you leave if you would. I would appreciate it. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Until next time, you guys have a good night.